Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be breaking down Marquise Brown and what he brings this Cardinals offense in a film session. Before we get started, please drop a quick like and a sub on today's video. It would really help my channel grow. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, let's dive right into the video, and I hope you enjoy. So this draft, the Cardinals decided to trade away their first-round pick in exchange for Marquise Brown and a third-round pick. Brown, former first-round pick, 25th overall back in 2019, has played with the Ravens over the past 3 years. And, I mean, he's been productive. Last year was an 1,000-yard receiver, had 6 touchdowns, and he's been a touchdown guy throughout his career. Really good speed-wise. As I said, over 1,000 yards last year on 91 catches and 6 touchdowns. I love what he brings to the table for this Cardinals offense. I think he can do a lot of the stuff that Christian Kirk did for them last year, but better and at a higher level. But let's just break down what he brings to the table in this film session. Let's dive right into it right here, right now. So the first thing I absolutely love about Marquise Brown is the yards after catch ability, something that's really productive in a Cardinals offense that likes to throw the ball a lot, throw the ball quickly, and get especially a guy like Kyler Murray out out of the pocket and using his legs and creating space. But yards after catch is really important in today's NFL. When you have a speed guy like here in Marquise Brown, who I just circled, and he can be really, really dynamic. So basically what's going to happen on this play is Brown's going to come over here, and he's just going to run to the outside, trying to find that outside corner. Lamar Jackson's going to feel the pressure and just get rid of this football. And this is just a quick ball outside. And just see how much space Marquise Brown creates. So he's already has this space at the point of impact, at the point of the catch. Catches the football here, and immediately his instincts to turn upfield. Look at how he gets away from the defender. Really elusive in open space, just getting away, and then immediately turns upfield. And when he turns upfield, he moves quickly. Look at the space he creates. And just steps out of bounds. But this is what Marquise Brown does. He can be elusive in open space. He's hard to bring down. And more importantly, he's a great yards after catch guy with his speed and acceleration after the catch. Really, really fantastic in that regard. Another thing Marquise Brown has the ability to do is take the top off the defense. You're going to see this play against the Denver Broncos. Brown is going to be here, and he's just going to run right past the secondary into that second level of the defense. On this deep ball here, and you see him, he's just going to put his head down. Lamar Jackson drops back in the pocket and then just unloads one. And you're just going to see the separation that a guy like Marquise Brown's able to create, right? The Broncos are playing with 2 safeties here at the top of the defense, and as guys to just be those deep guys. They're playing with 2 deep defenders. And what Marquise Brown does? He just blew right past them. He gets past the top of the defense, can really stretch out and spread out a defense, and really be a guy who can go up and make those deep balls into real possibilities. And if you watch the Cardinals over the past couple of years with Christian Kirk was the guy who you can put in the slot. He'd run past the defense, create some space, and really stretch out the field. Marquise Brown does that, but I think he does that at a higher level than Christian Kirk. He's a lot faster. He can accelerate better. I don't know if he's a better route runner, but really is a guy who can spread out a defense and really take the top off a defense. So I really like what he can bring to that long ball game, and we know how well Kyler Murray can throw the deep ball. And through watching his tape, I became aware he's actually a really smart route runner. You're going to see Marquise Brown right here, really good against zone coverage, sitting in the zone and sitting in where the defense is and where the defense isn't, and really understanding how to get open in a particular defense, and how the defense is looking and how he can get open in that defense. So on this play right here, you're just going to see Marquise Brown. He's going to come across the formation and kind of just sit over here in this open spot in the defense. Lamar Jackson's going to drop back. And as he throws the ball, you just see how, right, the Colts have 2 linebackers here and here, right? And then they've got another player back here in this zone coverage. And basically, these guys are manning these areas. And what Marquise Brown has done is he's just found that soft spot in the defense and has just sat himself there. And then he goes up, catches that football, and his immediate instinct is to turn upfield and try and get some extra yardage. Is able to do so and gets close to the first down. But that's the kind of player that he is. He's really good against zone coverage, good against man coverage, especially with the speed and the route running abilities that he possesses. And more importantly, he's good against zone too. He knows the soft spots in the zone defense, knows where he can get to, and more importantly, he's great after the catch, as I showed on the first play and this play again too. Another thing thing I love about Marquise Brown is his change of direction and his his willingness to be explosive out of his breaks. On this play, you're going to see Marquise Brown here. He's going to come into the flat over here, and he's going to cut back and then move back upfield after the catch. And you're just going to see this right here. He's just going to try and get into the flat area right over here. And Lamar Jackson's just going to toss him the ball, right, on this little, curl into the flat. And his immediate instinct isn't to just catch the ball and try and keep going out of bounds, but rather it's to come back to the ball and then run the other way and just change directions, because he's so fast, he's so explosive, he's so athletic and dynamic in open space where he can make these plays, and then turns upfield, puts his head down, and gets a couple extra yards after the tackle. But this is just a really, really good job by Marquise Brown. Once again, showing how elusive he is, but more importantly, how quick his feet are. I mean, this guy is fast. He's a 4.2 40 kind of guy. And that's kind of the explosiveness he can bring to this Cardinals offense. And this is a similar play to the deep ball that I showed you earlier, but it's another deep ball. This is just him having pure speed against corners. You're going to see it's just one-on-one coverage on the outside. It's man coverage across the board. Here we go. Really, really simple defense. And you see how much cushion the corner is giving Marquise Brown. That's just the kind of respect that corners have for a guy that can run that fast. And Marquise Brown, all he's going to do is just going to run right by this corner here. It's really that simple. You just see him put his foot down, put his head down. Lamar Jackson looks up, and then you can see the separation here and the ability to get to the outside of the field. And then once again here, tracking the ball and just allowing that one to sit right in the breadbasket for the catch. Really excellent job by Marquise Brown, just showing his speed to get on top of the corner, on top of the defense, and haul in a really nice touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson. And another great thing about Marquise Brown is that he's so good in the short passing game, really productive in that passing, in that type of offense, which the Cardinals run a little bit of. I mean, they do. I mean, every team really utilizes a short passing game and intermediate passing game to set up those longer plays. But on this play here, once again, it's going to be against zone coverage. He's just going to kind of sit in the zone right about here on this curl, right? And, look at all the defenders around him. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders in the close proximity of him. And what's Marquise Brown able to do? Quickly just put his head down, find the open space, right? He sit in that zone in where the open spot of the defense. He sat there, caught the ball, and his immediate instinct is to turn upfield to get extra yards, picks up the first down. This is just another great play by Marquise Brown. That's what he's going to bring to this Cardinals offense. So when we talk about, his fit with the Cardinals, I think it comes down to a couple things. One, how well does he mesh with a guy like Kyler Murray and obviously DeAndre Hopkins on this team? And I think he's going to mesh really well. When we saw Marquise Brown play with Baltimore, really productive yards after catch guy, really productive guy who could take the top off a defense, a guy who could play in the slot. This guy was an 1,000-yard receiver last year, and in an offense that, just lost a ton of receiving potential with a guy like Christian Kirk going to the Jacksonville Jaguars in free agency. This is a great move by the Cardinals. I think it's a little pricey. They did give up a first-round pick. They did get a third-round pick back with Marquise Brown nonetheless. But, a first-round pick is still pricey for a player that has had troubles in his career with catching the football at times. He's had some issues with drops. But nonetheless, this is a guy who is really, really fast, and speed kills in the NFL, and especially in a Cardinals offense where you pair a super fast receiver who can take the top off the defense, with DeAndre Hopkins, who's arguably the league's best wide receiver and can go up and catch footballs and just be really, really productive at the point of attack. I really think that Brown and Hopkins, complement each other really, really effectively, and I think that what the Cardinals have done is they've added a lot of, offensive firepower, even after losing a guy like Christian Kirk, getting a guy comparable in skill and ability to Christian Kirk to really fill that void. But more importantly, a guy who can take the top of the defense, be productive after the catch, but more importantly, act as a guy who can be in the slot, can really push the ball downfield and really help Kyler Murray out in the pass game. Absolutely love this addition from the Cardinals, and I think Marquise Brown fits in with them really, really effectively. And with that said, that's pretty much going to end the video for today. Did you agree with my analysis? Why or why not? Leave your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Also, if you're new around here, please drop a like and a sub on today's video. I'd really appreciate that. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, see ya.